Hey there, everybody. Meteorologist Will Haney here. Too tall, I just realized, for this camera. Let's see. Can I fix this? Don't break the camera. That would be bad. Also stand by. There we go. Ha! It's like magic. I reappeared. All right. Hopefully everyone is enjoying their Monday. It is a rare Monday. You'll find me working here. Colin and Jeff both had the day off, so Keith and I did a little flip-flop. Keith Thompson, West Michigan's very own, was working the morning shift, which is a rarity during the week, especially. So hopefully Keith getting some rest tonight, and I am working Monday for him. He'll be back tomorrow. I think Jeff is back tomorrow, I believe, but I'm not positive on that. It's either Colin or Jeff in the morning. So, pretty quiet conditions out there right now. Hopefully everyone enjoyed the sun earlier on in the day. We clouded back over. Temperatures, though, an improvement over the weekend. We are in the upper 20s right now in Kalamazoo, Vicksburg, and at 30 at this hour in Holland. As we look at satellite and radar here, a little bit of a spattering of some different colors going on across the UP, northern Wisconsin. There is a weak disturbance that's going to slide through to our north. It's generating just enough lift where there might be some spotty freezing rain, freezing drizzle, mainly in, I would say, kind of the Cadillac region up into kind of the fingertips of the mitten, I should say. I think this will stay well north of Grand Rapids, though. Shouldn't really be a factor for us. So that is some good news. I also don't expect any snow, which we'll get to in just a few minutes. I don't expect any snow really in the extended forecast, even for the most part. Overnight tonight, though, we'll be hovering in those middle to upper 20s. We actually may warm up a little bit by sunrise tomorrow, closer to about freezing. But look at that, 40 for a high on Tuesday. Tomorrow, looking warmer. It's going to feel amazing. And then we'll see a little cooler conditions settle in on Wednesday, but overall much improved over the temperature pattern as of late. So just to reiterate, Tuesday, some cloudy skies still locked in. It'll be the first 40 degrees in 27 days. 27 days. That's almost 4 hours. 4 weeks. 4 hours is a different data point in my brain because we have only been above freezing for about 4 hours since January 14th. That was the last time we saw temperatures above freezing for like more than a few hours. So pretty remarkable that it has been that long. And overall, Tuesday, not too shabby. It'll just be a little bit breezy during the day. So again, satellite and radar, quiet for now, just cloudy. We'll play things out for you with hour by hour here. And again, watch the temperatures. They actually may warm up slightly by around dawn tomorrow. So in the low 30s. If we see some sun, it'll be tomorrow morning near and south of I-94, as indicated here. But overall, we'll quickly cloud back over. Oh, I was trying to fight that yawn. I don't know why I'm yawning so bad. I think that's it. I'm sorry if I just made you yawn. I'm sorry. Mirror neurons, man, they're the worst. Anyways, temperatures are going to warm up, though, like I said, a lot tomorrow. Wind speeds northwest generally at about 15 miles an hour tomorrow. Sustained. That's that darker line on the bottom of this chart. Some gusts up around maybe 20, 25 during the day. So nothing too substantial, but a noticeable breeze. I want to play this forward for you. So what I'm going to show you now is model snowfall for the next 6 days. So this is Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. We're going all the way forward through 5 p.m. Saturday. And essentially what this shows is no measurable snow forecast through Saturday. Now, granted, this is just one model's take, but generally speaking, models are in good agreement on this. Where models start to differ a little bit is in the Sunday timeframe. Things look a little bit more interesting with a little bit more potent weather system likely to our south, which could bring some rain, some warmer air. That being said, depending on where that tracks, it could bring some, at the very least, minor snow impacts here, but that chance is still pretty low right now. Overall confidence with that is generally low. However, it is something that we're going to just watch, because this far out, if that system were to shift a little farther north, could mean impact for us. However, it has been trending a little farther south in the last couple of days. So that, again, lends confidence that I think for the most part it's going to miss us. Could be a giant nothing burger on Sunday, but it's just something we'll continue to watch. If you're curious, our season snowfall now just shy of 70 inches. So far this month, we've seen 1.6 inches in Kalamazoo. The last day we had measurable snow was on Friday. It's been 3 days. We did not pick up any measurable snow over the weekend. But yeah, we're still pacing well above what is considered average up until this point in the season. Through February 9th, typically we would expect to have about 48.6 inches as a season total. And right now we're 21.1 inches above that. We're also far outpacing last winter, which ended up, I think, somewhere in the 50s as far as snowfall. But I would have to pull that up really quickly. As far as some of the quietest weather stretches we've seen of late, this is certainly in the conversation what we're expecting. The last time we had a stretch of 7 days with no measurable snow. So the last time we had a week that was just kind of quiet, in other words, where we didn't have to shovel, we didn't have to deal with plowing, that sort of thing, was all the way back from January 3rd through the 9th. As you recall, it was really around the middle of January. We hit that really snowy, cold stretch that has left us with over a foot of snowpack here in the West Michigan region. So yeah, that's what it has been as of late. And, we go back essentially a month, and that was the last time we saw this quiet of a weather pattern as we are looking at with the upcoming week. Valentine's Day looking pretty good, 36 degrees, mostly cloudy and slightly warmer overall, warmer than average that is, but overall not too bad, I think, for Valentine's Day. But again, we will watch Sunday. Right now, it's this little dip in the jet stream, super subtle, but that little U shape there in the green colors. This will be enough of a dip and enough dynamics to likely organize some sort of a low pressure system here, or in this vicinity. But exactly where it tracks is far from certain right now. If it takes this more southerly trajectory, that's going to bring a decent amount of rain, maybe even some stronger storms to portions of the south central U.S. Whereas if it took this sort of a trajectory, this northerly track, that would bring more rain to like the Ohio River Valley, maybe a bit of a wintry mix, and then we could be seeing maybe some light snow. So again, something we'll watch. If anything, I think this southerly track, this one the white arrow is pointing at, has been a little bit more likely, I think. But right now I'd put the odds of us seeing something maybe like 30 to 40%. So it's definitely still low probability overall, but just something to keep an eye on. And hopefully that probability continues to go down in the coming days. So yeah, aside from that, that's kind of the major, if you want to call that major, it's kind of the only thing that we're looking at. And right now I just highlighted that in the Weather Guard 7-day forecast with a 40% chance of snow. So not anything too crazy. And yeah, 40 on Monday again. Next week is looking very, very mild. I think between this week and next week, we're going to really begin to melt that snow off. The good news is, honestly, it would be bad if we warmed up too rapidly and kept several days very warm. That because you don't want to melt your snowpack too fast, because it can sometimes just kind of create like little nuisance flooding almost. What you definitely don't want is to have the snowpack we have right now see like some 50-degree day with a bunch of rain. That would be really bad. So the good news is I think we'll steadily start to melt our snow. The moisture content in that snow will slowly continue to kind of come out of it. And so hopefully this will be a good scenario for any sort of hydrology concerns or hopefully ice jams as well on rivers and things like that. We do have a lot of ice on our rivers, and if we get a rapid thaw, sometimes that can lead to the concern of ice jams. And as we get into the kind of early to mid portion of spring, that is always somewhat of a concern after a harsh winter like this. However, it's really those rapid warm-ups that can loosen up some of that ice and then create some issues. So I don't foresee any of that. I'm not trying to put that out there. I'm just saying it's actually kind of a good thing that we're just going to be kind of near normal after tomorrow's 40. It does look like next week we could even see maybe some upper 40s, possibly a 50 next week. It's not out of the question based on some of the data I'm seeing. So something to be excited about. All right. I didn't read any comments. Hello, Tina Bowler in Brooklyn. That's so cool. I would assume you mean Brooklyn, New York. I don't think there's a Brooklyn, Michigan, to my knowledge. And thank you, Brenda, and thank you, Marissa. The 13th is going to be is Friday the 13th. Oh, I forgot, Friday the 13th. I don't think it is going to be another weather alert day weekend. I don't believe so. 30 degrees out in Bloomingdale. Appreciate that, Brenda. Shout out to Bloomingdale. Bring on the sun. Yeah. Lori, good evening. Will Galesburg. What's up? What's up? What's up? Karen Clark. What's up? Brenda. Hello again. And Joanne, thank you if you're still on here. Yeah, and apologies that I was a little late tonight. I'm a little late always, I feel like, on Facebook Live. It's a problem. I should be more on top of it. Let me know what you guys think of this. And for all 33 of you, if I get 3 pieces of feedback on this, I would really actually appreciate it, very much so. So I'm playing around, and feel free to shoot me a DM even if you would like, if you want to get extra credit. So I'm playing around. I'm trying to make some really what I would call hyper local graphics. And these are kind of like, I'll say it like a tech bro would say it. These are in beta. These are in beta mode right now. They're beta testing. But so I don't really know what I would use these for, to be honest, yet. However, I like the concept. I think the way that we can continue to create valuable forecasts in the environment of social media, AI, craziness, is to really continue to be like hyper local in a way that maybe some other places cannot. This is my TED Talk on local meteorology broadcasting. Welcome. But I'm playing around with these concepts of like hyper local, county by county, not even just like zones, which I've somewhat played around with before, but to like really show and like zoom through some of our different counties. And I don't know how I would utilize these yet. Right now I have like future temperatures and radar where it could like play through and show some stuff. Obviously there's not really anything going on right now. But so I showed Kalamazoo County. There's Calhoun County. The kind of cool thing about this is, right, on TV, we show maps that show a good amount of our cities. But there's a lot that obviously get left out, or a lot of areas that obviously get left out too. So like Fredonia, you're certainly not on any of our regional weather maps, as much as I hate to break it to you. But if we showed a map like this, all of a sudden Fredonia is on there. All of a sudden, maybe Fredonia, you kind of know where you are in reference to other things. Maybe you don't look at maps all that often. I don't know. Maybe you're not like a meteorologist like me and look at maps like all day, every day. So there's, anyways, let me know what your thoughts are. I don't know. Like I said, beta, very much beta. But I figured Facebook Live, y'all are just hanging out here with me, and any sort of feedback you want to give, if you're like, that's stupid, don't do that, because why would you show Kalamazoo County for 10 seconds on TV when only a percentage of your audience lives in Kalamazoo County? That's a really valid point that I'm wrestling. I'll be honest. I don't really know how I would use it. I don't know if we do like a county by county hit on our newscast, or, like, hey, off the top, we're going to show you a couple and then we show you a couple more later. I don't know. Maybe we just rotate through them like our live eye cameras. But this is the things that keep me up at night. So if you think that's cool and you're like, yeah, I like seeing Cooper Township on a weather map, then let me know. But anyways, I take it no one, not too many people are giving feedback. Maybe that's a good thing or a bad thing. Brooklyn. Oh, snap, Tina. I should know where that is. My apologies. I'm going to look that up right now. And that's a cool idea, Marissa. I like that. Yeah, that would be cool if I could. So these would primarily be for like on-air social media. I don't really know exactly yet. Like I said, still figuring it out. But it would be really cool. That is actually a good idea. I wonder if I can somehow build in there the option to pull out one of our cameras in that county. That would work for some of them. I like your thinking. I'm going to play around with that, Marissa. See, this is why I show this stuff, because you all sometimes give me ideas for how we can better tell the weather story. All right. But again, if you're just joining us, you're like, what is this guy talking about? It's because I made some graphics and I'm nerding out. But I also was looking for some feedback on if anyone has any ideas of how I could utilize these, or if you'd like to see these in weathercasts. If you would not like to, that's fine. If you'd like to see this style of hyper local more, then let me know. If you're like, nah, keep it the wide view, we're good. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. That's cool too. I will not fault you. So that's Van Buren County. Like, anyways, my point is I would make these for a bunch of different counties. I could do a lot of different things. Experimenting. That's the point. Okay. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk, sort of, and also giving the feedback. I think, Jesse, yes, a lot of the snow is going to melt. It is going to start melting, I think, in the next few days. But definitely next week it is looking very, very warm, very mild. So, yeah. Sometimes we'd be able to place the strong weather. Like, that is true, Joanne. Yeah, Joanne, with tracking severe weather, we kind of already do get pretty hyper local, I would say. But I was thinking about that as well. Like an application of those graphics for severe weather, I think would definitely be there. Our radar, we're zooming in so much where we do oftentimes show those like really small locations. So to an extent, we're already doing that. But like in a daily weathercast, we do sometimes, but we don't always go like to a specific county and show like all the towns in a county. So that's what I'm kind of toying around with. And it might not end up being anything, but I think it's something you might see me experiment with occasionally for now. Until, I don't know, I got to talk to Keith about it, see what he thinks. So, yeah, I know. Janet, heat wave, for real, 40 degrees. Bust out the shorts, for sure. I know some Michiganders will be tomorrow. Okay, I got to run, but I appreciate all of you, especially those of you that gave feedback. I appreciate everyone, but y'all understood the assignment. And if you have any other thoughts on those county by county graphics, let me know, for real. I will hear any honest, good, bad. Don't do it. It's a stupid idea. I'll take it. All right. Thank you guys so much. And like I said, quiet this week. We'll watch that system on Sunday, but shouldn't amount to much. And yeah, warmer, breezy, cloudy tomorrow. Okay. Take care, everybody. Bye. We'll see you at 10 on ARC and 11 on News Channel 3. All right. Bye-bye.